Alright, so before I begin, I just gotta say something, man. And I'll try to keep my language on the clean side, considering some of the brothers that I listen to and listen to me try not to curse. So, that being said, man, Reddit is the business. I'll tell you what, Reddit is awesome. So, yesterday, just on lunch break, a little bit of time I had when I got home, I started looking into some stuff about this whole thing with the attacks on the Asians that have been happening, and came across a very interesting piece of information that I will talk about in another video. Well, at least I'll mention it here, and then I'm not going to go. I'll talk about it more in a different video because it's a different topic, but it kind of blends together with what's been being said. So what I found out, very interestingly, is that 33% of the sex offense, sexual assaults that go on in Korea are perpetrated by 1% of the population there. That 1% is white men. So I'm gonna say it again. I'll make it blatantly clear here. There are the total population of white men in South Korea is 1%. That's 1% of the population. But yet somehow they are committing 33% of the sexual assaults in South Korea. That's pretty interesting. And I also wonder why that information is not more widely spread, why it's not more common knowledge. But, I'm sure you can figure out why. Now with that, I'd like to talk about, again, because we talked about this, 2 years ago, something like that, this whole thing with Minister Jab and saying that, SYSBM brothers who with passports who travel, they're just perverts with passports. Now, the first time this happened, it was brought up by Super Sly. Super Sly did not have any information to validate his accusation. In other words, it was just slander. The only thing he had was a Wikipedia page with the age of consent laws in different countries. So his theory, if you want to call it that, because, well, I guess it is theory because he has nothing to back it up with. Again, all he had to back it up with was the age of consent laws Wikipedia page. That's all he had. Now let's just be honest here, and this is pretty much the same argument that I made back when this first thing came up the first time. Considering the fact that black men have been made to be the crime, we are the face of crime everywhere we go, right? It's us. Everyone wants to blame everything on us. So if that were the case, if that really were happening, if black men were going all over the world and doing all sorts of vile, disgusting things to underage children, it would have been all over the news. It would have been all over Interpol websites and all that stuff like that. And there would have been something done about it. There would be, if you traveled, there would be people watching you all over the place, making sure that you weren't doing anything that you weren't supposed to be doing. Do we find that? No, we don't. Matter of fact, the only thing they had the Wikipedia page, and what was that guy? I think his name was Ringo Worldwide. He was a traveler, and he was a biracial guy. And ironically, the thing that he did, he was a sex offender, but he was a sex offender here in America. he wasn't a sex offender in any of the countries that he traveled to. That's all they had. That's all they had. And I think they use that argument again this time. Oh, see? He's SYSBM. He's gay. He's not SYSBM. We're not out here for gay people. They have their own crap, man. They have LGBTQ right now has more support than anybody. Not only from, private and corporate, but also from government. So they don't need any support. They've got all the support they need. They're good. We're not about that over here in this group. So yeah, it's real sad. I mean, I don't know I don't know what their problem is, but I'm gonna close with a question. Since obviously you're lying, since obviously all the people who come up with this stuff are slanderous, you can't prove anything, you have no information to back up your theory, so obviously you're lying, right? You're reaching really hard. So my question to those people is, what's your motivation for doing so?